South Africa is no stranger to political intrigue, but what's unfolding right now is nothing short of a dramatic thriller. Longtime allies have turned into fierce enemies, secrets are being leaked like sieves, and the very foundation of power is starting to crack. This is not fiction. This is the real story of South Africa's corruption clash, a betrayal within the very heart of power. As accusations fly and dirty laundry is aired for the world to see, South Africans are left stunned, disillusioned, and desperate for accountability. Before we dive into this explosive exposé, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because SA Unfiltered brings you the raw, uncut truth about what's really going on in the corridors of power. Let's unravel this together. It began quietly, a whisper here, a leaked document there, but now, the air is thick with accusations. What once was a tight-knit alliance of political elites has turned into a battlefield. Former comrades now wage a cold war against each other, trading barbs in press briefings, social media outbursts, and legal filings. South Africa is watching, stunned, as the very people who promised integrity, reform, and progress reveal the rot beneath their carefully polished exteriors. This is not just a political rivalry. This is a full-blown implosion of trust. These aren't just enemies from opposite camps. These are former allies, cabinet ministers, premiers, mechs, party insiders, people who stood side by side on campaign stages, who cheered together at manifesto launches, who broke bread at strategy retreats. Now, they are pointing fingers, dragging one another into corruption scandals so layered and deeply rooted that even seasoned analysts are struggling to keep up. The question on every South African's lips is simple: who is telling the truth? The accusations are stunning. Kickbacks on infrastructure contracts. Ghost workers on provincial payrolls. Lavish overseas trips disguised as trade missions. Millions in public funds allegedly funneled through fake NGOs. A litany of corruption that stretches back years, but only now are the floodgates truly opening. Whistleblowers, once silenced by loyalty or fear, have found their voice. Leaked audio recordings, bank statements, WhatsApp screenshots, the receipts are surfacing, and they're damning. Even more astonishing is the strategy being employed: weaponized confession. Politicians are no longer denying wrongdoing, they're revealing it, but pointing the finger away from themselves. Yes, I knew. But so did he. I was told to keep quiet, or face consequences. They all benefited, I'm just the fall guy. The truth, it seems, is being used not to cleanse, but to collapse opponents. But here's the thing, this isn't just a political mess. It's personal. South Africans are tired. Tired of promises. Tired of the same faces reshuffling positions while their communities rot. Tired of staged integrity. This corruption clash has moved beyond elite spaces, it has poured into townships, suburbs, and taxi ranks. Ordinary citizens are watching these political titans rip each other apart while potholes swallow cars, hospitals lack medicine, schools crumble, and unemployment soars. The consequences are immense. Once trusted figures are falling from grace. Municipalities are in chaos. Coalitions are crumbling. And parties that once held tight control are now seeing internal factions explode into the open. This isn't politics as usual. It's an unraveling. One of the most shocking revelations has come from a former insider who claims to have managed slush funds for top-ranking officials, funds allegedly used to bribe journalists, rig local elections, and bankroll extravagant lifestyles. Screenshots of internal memos, audio recordings of strategy meetings, all now public, all now being dissected in public discourse. The alleged use of state money to destroy political rivals is no longer just a conspiracy theory whispered in political corners, it's a bombshell on the nightly news. But what's truly fascinating, and disturbing, is the hypocrisy. Some of those now shouting about corruption were the very ones who shielded it for years. They dismissed it. Defended it. benefited from it. Now that the tide has turned, they cry foul. But South Africans haven't forgotten. Memory is long. And betrayal cuts deep. Of course, investigations are being announced. Special committees are being formed. But the public is skeptical. They've seen this play before: dramatic pronouncements, suspended officials, and then silence. No jail time. No justice. Just another press conference and a quiet redeployment. The real accountability seems elusive, as if hidden behind a veil of bureaucracy and selective outrage. The media, too, is caught in the whirlwind. Some outlets are publishing daring exposés, risking lawsuits and intimidation. Others, accused of being on the payroll of political kingpins, are suddenly quiet. The line between journalism and propaganda has never been more blurred. And as the battle rages, the international community is watching. Investors are nervous. Aid organizations are cautious. South Africa's global reputation is at stake, not just because of the corruption, but because of the inability to decisively confront it. What message does it send when the people tasked with cleaning the rot are knee-deep in it themselves? Yet amid the darkness, there are sparks of hope. Civil society is rising. Youth activists are organizing digital campaigns to expose corruption, some even tracking procurement tenders in real time. Grassroots movements are demanding transparency. Independent journalists are collaborating, sharing files, building timelines, following the money. The people have decided, if the leaders won't hold each other accountable, then the citizens will. Still, the damage is real. Faith in institutions is fragile. A generation raised on promises of freedom and equality is now grappling with betrayal. The gap between rhetoric and reality is no longer academic, it's a lived experience, felt in every under-resourced clinic, every dry tap, every unpaid social grant. And so the clash continues. Every week brings new revelations. Alliances shift. Accusations mount. The ANC is in turmoil, but so are its rivals. No one is untouched. The very notion of a clean politician is being mocked. Trust is broken and may take decades to rebuild. But let's be clear, this isn't just a political story. It's a moral crisis. The corruption clash isn't about who stole what, it's about the soul of a nation. About whether South Africa can rise above its pain and reclaim its future. Whether its leaders can rediscover integrity. Whether its people will ever believe again. The stakes couldn't be higher. Because if justice fails again, if truth is buried under legal tricks and PR spin, then the disillusionment will deepen. And when a nation loses faith in truth, in justice, in the possibility of change, what remains? So here's the message, loud and clear: South Africa, wake up. Watch closely. Don't look away. The drama unfolding is more than gossip. It's a turning point. Demand accountability. Name names. Remember every promise. Because change doesn't come from silence. It comes from pressure. From persistence. From people who refuse to be fooled again. This isn't the end of the story. It's just the beginning. And at SA Unfiltered, we'll be right here, tracking every twist, exposing every lie, and amplifying every truth. This is your story too. Don't just watch it happen, be part of it.